What's this all about? Well, definitely we've got that figured out there. Okay. And now we're going to go find the other show and we're going to press that one to go live too. Let's go live. Let's go live. Bingo. Bingo. It's live. It's live. Okay. Let's check this channel now. What's going on here? So we're shooting for 2 live videos here. We're shooting for 2 lives. We're hoping to see it here. We're hoping to see it on the vertical. And there's one person waiting. I don't know who's waiting. I guess that's me waiting. And okay. Why does it say end live? Okay, that's live. Yes. I'm really working on it here. Figure out what's going on. Upcoming live. All right. Are we? Because I'm really trying to make sure I got this right. Because the last time I did all of this and I talked for an hour and it didn't even work. Okay, so it says I'm live. Working on it here. Figure out what's going on. Awesome. We're live. Thank gosh. Okay. All right. All right. Are we? Because I'm really trying to make sure I got this right. Because the last time I did all of this and I talked for an hour and it didn't even work. Okay, so it says I'm live. So now I only see one live stream. I don't see two. Thank gosh. So okay, stop this now. So this way it's not confusing. All right. Are we? Because I'm really trying to make sure I got this right. Because the last time I did all of this and I talked for an hour and it didn't even work. Okay, so it says I'm live. Excellent. 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 Okay. So I'm just refreshing this. Just making sure everything's up and where it's supposed to be. Now I don't know why I can't see my short live. Can't see the short live. I don't even know if it's there or not. We'll pretend it's there. See what it's up to. Okay. I have myself in that room there just in case I need to see any chats going on. And there it is. Hopefully, like I said, you got to subscribe to watch the show. That's normal. Not to watch the show, to comment on the live show. So that's what's going on there. Outside of that, let's go see where we're at. So today's show is all about building ChatGPT into your portfolio. It could be Gemini. I'm not a Grok fan, so I'm not going to say that. But you're basically looking at using a AI program to help coordinate with what you're doing. If you're looking at doing anything when it comes to content creation right now, and you're starting a channel and you want to know how many channels can you flip at the same time, first of all, start with one and get a handle on it, especially if you're going to do anything like live. If you're going to be crafting stuff, if you're going to be making something, if you're going to be doing content out and about, then you're going to be filming it all. Now remember, you can film with your phone and edit with all kinds of stuff, and age is not a factor here. That's the most important thing. If you're 40, 50, 60 or older and you decide you want to start something and put something out there on YouTube, by all means, do it. I'm going to give you some pointers and guides as we go, but today's video is all about monitoring, looking at how we can use the ChatGPT. Now, this channel is all about older content creators like me. Now, this isn't my first rodeo. I haven't only started this channel to start talking about this. This isn't my thing. This is what I'd like it to be because I've had some experience, and I think it's time for me to share what I've learned with everybody else, be it good or bad. So what we're going to do is we're going to transition over to this little pop-up screen here. So now we have the ChatGPT screen on it. But I do want to share with you some other stuff, basically a whole list of channels that I've already done. So we're going to go here. $60 million. This isn't about me bragging about anything. Okay, so let's not look at it that way. This is about me showing you that I do have some street cred to what's going on here. Okay, so occasionally if you see me looking up or looking down, it's because I'm looking at 2 different screens while talking to you live. 60 million. And I keep touching that video. So let's mute this. 60 million. All right. So there we go. This will be easier now. I won't accidentally do that anymore. So let's start with the top channel, Expert Island. That's the original channel I started that got traction. The first channel that I actually dedicated a lot of content to, and I did it really, really fast. Like if we look at this channel and we look at old content, it's brutally bad. And I've always been like, "Ooh, should I delete it? Shouldn't I delete it?" I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. So we're going to open this up. We're going to go look at my oldest video. You can do this. You can go look at people's YouTube channels and go to their oldest content. So we're going to go to videos. We're going to go here and we're going to look at the oldest, and that is, yes, my dog. That's my first video I did, and you can see the span that was how old this channel was. That was me just testing to see that I can upload. And then this was my very first video, which has 8,300 views 9 years ago. Now, it was a one take wonder back then. I made a video, had to be one take, and I was making it for my website, which was for my store, of course, Expert Island. So we're going to hit play, and I'm going to show you how a one take video would look like. And by the way, I wasn't smart enough to use a camera that I had or do anything like that. I literally, I think, started on my laptop. I may have used my old DSLR for this, and then I've transitioned. These are all laptops recordings. This is literally a laptop sitting in front of me recording that image. So let's start here.
Hi there, Robin here from Expert On. We're going to do an overview on the Acoustic Audio 4315 EB. This is
By the way, all the equipment was in this showroom for me to actually plug an actual mixer into that laptop and to use the lapel microphone. Do you think I did it? Didn't even think about it. So frustrating. Oh, I'm gonna have to do this like this. I don't have the equipment. But I was at this point so frustrated. I had to make content. It had to be done. So here it is. Here's me going at it. By the way, so if you can't hear me, it's not your fault. It's just the way it is.
their 500 watt RMS 1000 watt 15-inch model. They also have it in a 12-inch, so if you're looking to save a little bit of money and maybe reduce the sound by 25%, that might be a good option. That one's known as the 4312 EB. Quick overview on the front side of it, because, well, it's the front. We've got a speaker, tweeter horn, and we've got two vents. Nice straightforward machine. It's got a remote control included in the package, and the IR sensor, for those people who are trying to find it, is on the front, not on the back. Unit comes with 3 handles. Makes it easy to carry around, makes it also easy to pick it up and put it on top of a speaker stand. On the back side, we're going to see where the amplifier is built into it. We're also going to see all the inputs. Consumer.
It's very impressive how I could do this as a one take. Like literally, this is me doing it in a one take. I probably did this 5 times to get the one take. So I do have some practice getting that one take. And again, remember, there's a laptop sitting on the table, and I'm aiming the camera of the laptop to where I'm filming.
Grade product, so what that means is it's got lots of options to it, not just plug in something and turn up the volume. With here, we've got ourselves Bluetooth, we've got ourselves MP3, we've got FM radio, USB and SD slots on the front, easy functions here, and those are the same functions that are available on the remote control. Now, for plugging things in, because we want speakers, so pretty much the overview, or send us an email. Thanks again, it's Rob. Now, it's not going to double your sound, it's just going to even it out for you. Well, that's pretty much the overview of this product here. If you've got any questions, just call us at the store or send us an email. Thanks again. It's Robin from Expert Island.
That was it. That was the entirety of my very first video I made. Um, not to make things too complicated, it was pretty straightforward. I managed to do 30 videos. By the way, YouTube fixed the audio on it. There's an algorithm now that YouTube runs to adjust the audio. So this way it comes out. It used to not be like this. It used to be half the audio that you hear now. People used to always complain, number one, I can't hear the video. So thank you to YouTube for fixing that. Uh, that is pretty much how I did the bulk of these videos, all of these videos. So trust me, until I actually wear a microphone, my audio sucked. And then a couple of years ago, YouTube fixed it all. That's how bad it was. And as you can tell, everything I was, we sold marine audio, we sold party equipment, we sold PA equipment. I specialize stuff you weren't going to find on Amazon. So here you go. That's everything that we have. And then there's certainly a breakthrough period when you get to certain products that really, really stick out and get very, very popular. So that's how I started my YouTube channel. So we went from as simple as that to where we are now. So you go from that and you go to, let's say, one of my latest videos. Let's go to, and by the way, my latest videos are certainly not my most popular. My most popular videos are things like this, where 391,000 views, 305,000, 369,000. These videos were huge bangers. But this is a pretty good example of me, how further I've gone. This is still 3 years ago. So 6 years from the last one, 3 years
So
to
in
this
today's
one.
video, I'm going to show you how to hook up a PA system with a subwoofer in 5 minutes. We're also going to talk about some of the features and benefits of having different cables and connections and some of the options you may want to have. We're going to cover all of that in today's video. So to cover what we actually have physically here, and it doesn't have to be the same as what you have at home or wherever you're at right now. Well, we've got our two Harbinger V2310s. These are 10-inch act.
Now remember, this video is now 8 minutes and 39 seconds versus the first video I made, which was 2 minutes long.
Actual powered speakers. We also have an S headphones, which are the speaker, but also it allows me to have a little bit better cable management. Now,
So here again, a lot of details are being put into this video. This is really no longer am I talking about selling this in our showroom, in our store. This is now stuff that I'm doing for views. I'm literally making this video to get people to watch it. 300,000 views on this 8 minute. This was a really good, as they like to say, a banger of a video. Um, it didn't just come across well. It really has long-term traction. It's what they called an evergreen video. So it certainly has a lot of
that in
highlight
the
points right
left
here.
channel. So now
So you can see the highlight. I don't know if that's coming across there, but here's the portion where most people have watched over again multiple times, and that's the actual connections, the setup.
I'm going to be able to plug this right into the back of the subwoofer. Again, input number 2. There we go. So the easiest way to let YouTube know that you like this video is by hitting that.
Now, this video is also being used by YouTube and by Google in their AI. So when you're actually looking this up here, how to connect a PA system with a powered subwoofer, this video is where they're pulling AI content. And you're thinking, hey, wait a minute, they're pulling AI content. This is reducing your views. It's actually, you would think it is, and maybe it is. I don't know, but I definitely can tell you that it's adding to it. And when they show the highlighted video portion to watch, that's this big crunch part right here, this big highlighted part, how to do that. And then people will move around. Uh, but that's what you get to take advantage. In my case, this how-to video has done very well. Great evergreen video. Uh, Nowhere do I actually come out in the title and the description and talk about the fact that this is Harbinger. You have to go like all the way down to here to find out that is in a Harbinger video. So it's pretty extensive to be just a product video. It's helped out a lot with my branding with this company. So uh, they appreciate the fact that they've gotten so many clicks and so much views and how dominant their product is out there. This happened before. So for me, this has been a very good video to have, and it does set up a benchmark. This was 3 years ago. Again, if we go here and we look at my latest videos, I've done a lot of gear guide videos, which is a live podcast that I do. I've done some of these type of videos. Now these are newer videos. This is like one of my
Hey
last
there,
ones.
Robin here, and today we're going to be setting up a, to be exact, we're going to.
So again, I'm running through what I normally do. Now the big difference is I'm now started to expand. So I didn't just have this one channel, though it was my main channel. The other channels I've had are my other two main channels is whoops. There we go. I don't know what happened there, but it happened. How to Island was just an offset channel. It was a channel I wanted to put things on that didn't have to do with audio. It's my first. I like doing things. I like tinkering with things. I like fixing things or showing how things work. So soldering, working with LED lights. I started putting that on this channel here. I've changed its name once. It used to be LED Island or Island LED because we sold a lot of LED lights. So I thought I'd just make a lighting, but then it turned into how to. And then, and again, that one's monetized as well, by the way, just so you know. So the first one had 4,600,000 subscribers. This one has 2.3 thousand subscribers, monetized years ago, many years ago. And the other channel is here. Let's find it. There it is. Robin's Testing Studio, RTS. This is my product reviewing channel. This is a channel that I use in association with my Amazon affiliates program and associates program. That's where I'm on Amazon posting about 1,000 videos, and I brought in those videos back to uh, here to YouTube on RTS. I didn't want to mix it up with anything else, so I gave it its own place. Here's the channel we're talking on today. It's a new channel for me. It's actually my oldest. It's my base channel. It's the channel that I had from 15 years ago. So originally I did some little bit of content on it, but I deleted all that. This is all newer content, newer stuff. But it is my anchor channel. Um, Change the icon and everything. So just for you guys. Then we get over here and we're going to see my newer channels. These are channels that I'm working on right now. This is Beyond the Hype. This is a video about what's going on in the world, news. It could be politics, could be stories behind the scenes, it could be business related. It's usually it's going to be stories about the little fine print at the bottom when you're watching like CNN or any of the big news channels, and you have that little fine print at the bottom and you're going, that's an interesting story. That's what I get into a deeper dive in here, hoping to find a niche. So it's a good place to start. My other one is my political channel that I really haven't done much with, but definitely going to be a very popular channel. Again, that's my intention. And so those are the three main channels that I'm working on right now. It's In the Box, the one you're watching, and then my two extra behind Beyond the Hype and Robin Testing. Sorry, again, Red Robin Report. So once we have more content, that's going to help those channels. I do plan on in the next couple of months to start two more channels, if not sooner. There's going to be a live streaming channel. That's going to be the Squirrels of Oakville. It's a hobby of mine, and my wife, when she's exercising, has a window and she has a feeder outside for the squirrels. So we're going to actually set up a camera so we can film that. And I've got lots of material that I really want to get into a hobby of sorts, like if I'm not busy enough. So I've decided I'm going to start building squirrel houses. It'll be quite a neat little project, but that'll be later on. So what gives me all this free time? How do I get all this time to start working on all these channels all the time? At first, I had no time. I used to run into a big problem, which I still do, but I'm getting that under control. Is that I used to do and still do a lot of content product reviews for companies. Companies send me products, ask me. That's how I make money. That's how I pay the bills. To evaluate, score, review, show a how-to video, educational. I'm very big on the educational how-to videos with products. So I don't just like review it and say, oh, this is good, this is bad. Look how pretty of the box is. I try and actually show people using the product. I get involved in it. I use it for what I have and help people, like this is how you use this XYZ product. And I use it to do a project or I use it in a project. So this way people feel like that's how good it works. That's how it interacts with the rest of the world. That's my style. But it was consuming everything. Now um, I've pulled back a little bit on that. But more importantly, I've organized all the things I hate doing and all the things I'm slow at. That brings us to what this video is all about: ChatGPT and AI technology. So here we are. This is ChatGPT. Now, of course, if you're like 25 years old, you know all about this. You've been doing this all the time. But if you're 40, 50, 60 years old and you're getting into this, this is not what you're like, oh, it's AI. I don't want to do anything, have anything to do with that. It's like, oh, that sucks, man. at first I was like all against it. I'm not going to use it. You know what? I refuse to do any AI technology. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to have any fake stuff in my videos. It's not going to be, I don't do any of that generic stuff. I hate those, those Sora stuff, all that stuff. But then over the holidays, I had a 2 week period which was off from making videos. And I decided that I was going to understand how all this stuff works. And I really started doing a deep dive. Now, I was already looking at it before, but I wasn't using it all the time. And I really didn't get a handle on how to use it. So I think I'm not saying, I just, I had the wrong perception of what the product can do for you. That's the truth of it. The perception of what I was going to use it for and how it was being used was completely wrong. So I'm going to explain to you how you are going to use it. And you're not going to use it, in my case today, to make videos. Today we're going to use it to help build what you want to do, to help build out a 30-day plan. I've used it for all kinds of things, and you just basically run a 3-step process. First, you have to decide what ChatGPT is going to be for you right now. So every time you start a new chapter in ChatGPT, 2 things are going to happen. One is it doesn't forget everything it's done for you up to this point. It's cataloged everything. So you do want to log in. You do want to set your name up, put your email, use your Google account to set yourself up with ChatGPT. Once you've done that, once you've created that, what's going to happen at that point is that ChatGPT is now going to be able to work with you. And it's ChatGPT is supplying you with interns, somebody who's going to work with you. They're going to be an assistant. They're going to help structure things. They're going to be a producer. They're going to be an editor. They're going to do every job possible as long as you can just tell it what you want it to be. So most of the time, I use it as a whiteboard, a bouncing board for ideas, and then I use to help structure what I want to get done. So that's very important. So I was working on an idea here from the thumbnail that you have on the back wall. It was originally the thumbnail on the back wall came as one of my 5 title options that I asked it for video. And then I went, I really like that. So right there, smart YouTube strategies for older creators. I like that. And on the other side, get more views, grow your channel. That's what it says. It's right there. So I wanted to work with that as a video all on its own. That was just giving me a title idea. So that is what we're going to work on today. We're going to take that and we're going to expand it into what we're doing here. The reason why I'm wearing my headphones is not so I can hear my pretty voice talking, is so I can show you how we get there. Now, I did do a pre-run of this, but we're going to start a whole new one here. And I'm going to just click on this and see where we're at. I'm going to create a new chapter. I'm leaving this blanked out on the side because you know what I mean. Those are all my storylines. I just want to keep that. Some things got to keep private in this life, and my conversations with ChatGPT sometimes. Most of it, this is being used for business purposes, so it's being used as if I'm a production company and I use AI in this case as an assistant, and then it's like having a whole bunch of them because sometimes I ask them to wear different hats. Still ChatGPT, but wearing different hats to do different tasks. And as you start and create threads, like whole lists of stories, you can break them off into new stories, conversations. You can always go back and work with them. You can have picture ideas go along with it. And I'm going to show you how we do that. So let's start this new one. And the whole idea, again, I'm going to look over my shoulder because I didn't memorize it, but I thought it was so good. I had a thumbnail made of it, and ChatGPT made that thumbnail. Start YouTube strategies for older creators. So what we're going to do here is we're going to hit this and we're going to see if we all hear her.
Hey, Robin, what's up?
All right, we're going to be working on a new YouTube video, and it is called Smart YouTube Strategies for Older Creators. This is going to be part of my channel that is called In the Box Media. So, are you ready to get going on that?
Absolutely, I'm ready. In the Box Media Plus Smart Strategies for Older Creators. I love it. Let's dive in. What do you want to tackle first? Title variations, a description, tags, maybe even a content outline.
So, I'm going to stop that conversation there so this way I can talk to you. So, you see how she already knows what my format is, what my layout is, what my intent is. So what I need to do is I need to give her a hat, a job hat, what I want her to be, who I need her to be right now. Now, in this case, ChatGPT's got the responsibilities of being, um, it's going to have the descriptions, the format. So, yeah, well, sorry. I'm going to ask her to give me 5 titles, also write up a description, and give me tags. Those are primary what I want to see. And then I want to have an idea of thumbnails. They always talk about thumbnails should come before the video. And that's very, very important. So the idea here is I just want to spread this out a little bit. So I'm going to give an idea. So again, I'm going to look over my shoulder. Smart YouTube strategies for older content creators. Now, I like to have it as my original idea. I don't want it to script everything out. I can have them script everything out by just explaining what I want, and then we can start working on a script and doing all that. But I suck at scripts. So I will not do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to describe what I think this video should be. So again, I'm going to look over my shoulder. I'm going to try and get, smart. Normally I have this staring at me in the front of me. So smart YouTube strategies for older creators. Let's get the fingers going here. Let's get some mind. Okay, so all right. So I'm thinking that this video should probably have to do with how to use all the different platforms to see what all my different platforms look like in one place. So I'm not trying to sell you all these things. It's the idea is I'm not trying to sell the viewer, but show the viewer all the different things I have to make videos. So this way you can feel comfortable that, it's not rocket science. So let's turn it back on and we're going to go into, I'm going to mention some of the different software programs I use and, and then have her put together these titles and description based on that. Now, how this is going to work after that, I'll explain this. It's going to be a little bit further down. We're going to get her to get going on this, and then I'll come back to you. So I'm going to ask her based on the software programs.
Hey there, Robin.
Okay, so I've given it some thought here. So what I'm going to have you do is work on some titles and some descriptions, but at first I'm going to give you the outline of what this video is going to be. So we're going to look at this video as me talking about the different types of AI programs and software. So for example, I use Artlist for generating short B-roll clips and also background music. I also use ChatGPT for building titles and scripts. And then I also use Rivian. No, not Rivian. Sorry. It is called Riverside for my live streaming capabilities. And I'm also using, of course, YouTube Studio for editing. I also take Photoshop. This way I can use Photoshop to help modify my pre-made thumbnails. So if you can bring all that together into 5 titles and a description, let's see what that sounds like, and then we'll tweak it as we go.
All right, let's jump right in. Here's a first draft. 1. AI tools I use to power my content creation workflow. 2. How I combine AI and software to create videos faster. 3. My essential AI and editing stack from B-roll to live streaming. 4. The AI-powered video creation toolkit I can't live without. 5. From ChatGPT to Photoshop, my complete AI video production process. In this video, I break down the exact AI and software toolkit I use for creating my content. For B-roll and music, I rely on Artlist. ChatGPT helps me with brainstorming, titles, and scripting. For live streaming, I use Riverside, while YouTube Studio is my editing hub. And to polish my thumbnails and visuals, Photoshop is my go-to. I'll show you how these tools fit together and how you can supercharge your video production with AI.
Okay, so there you go. That's an idea of how this gets started. This is where we get started with it. Now, this isn't my final finished edit. I need to get this going so this way I can have an idea of what the thumbnail is and then inspire me again as I'm going along. Now, I'm going to record every time I record all my content now, I dump it into Riverside because even if I'm not doing a live, I also use Riverside to get all my text out of my actual videos. So this way, if Riverside captures everything that I'm doing, besides filming it on the cameras, it gives me something to work with. Very important because once I have it filmed on Riverside, which is a software program, it's not for this video, but it uses AI to basically put all the text, the entire conversation script together for me. So I get a full script that I can then copy and paste back into ChatGPT. Yes, and then ask it to now build me better titles, build me a better description, and to build me the tags. So again, I can ask it for 5 good deep tag words uh, separated by commas. And I'm going to do that now. And then I'm going to follow that up by to give me a first draft of a thumbnail. So again, visual idea of what I'm looking for so I can work towards it.
Hey, Robin, what's up?
So at this point, I'm going to need you to give me 5 good deep tags to use in my YouTube video that all get separated by commas. So don't list them by number, just put them out, separate them by comma, but good 3, 4, 5 word, really deep dive these tag words. So this way, these are things people would search for and help generate better views for these videos.
AI-powered YouTube content creation, advanced AI video editing tips, AI tools for mid-career creators, ChatGPT for YouTube strategy, AI-driven content planning for over 50 audience.
Now, the tags you just gave me, do you think these are tag words that people would search for? So, I mean, if you were to think about the tag words you just gave me, is this something people would type in their computers? If not, then try and come up with some tag words that either line up with these, but something that's more typed into a computer. So this way, it really punches on the search result.
You're right, people often search simpler phrases. Let's pivot to more natural queries. How to make YouTube videos with AI, best AI tools for content creators, ChatGPT YouTube video ideas, AI editing tips for YouTubers, grow your channel with AI tools. These align with what people might actually type in.
All right. So, where did you get this content from? Can you give me any structure to where you're coming up with these ideas?
I'm basing these on a combination of what's commonly searched for in the AI and YouTube niche, plus the themes you frequently emphasize, like making content easier for mid career creators, leveraging AI tools, and your focus on practical strategies. Essentially, it's a mix of understanding your audience and the kind of search intent people have when they're curious about AI and content creation.
So there you go. So that is how you interact and talk with the AI. Now, of course, the more you talk with it, it's going to happen. Every time you do a video, it's going to build on top of it. Because if we look at that one part that the AI basically said that it uses my content to help build the current content. So this way, you're building your channel to always suit your needs. So again, this is I'm not making the video with this. This is just information stuff I need for the video. Now remember, I enjoy filming. I enjoy setting up for a filming set. I enjoy making the content. The editing is tolerable, but all the other stuff is where I really get bogged down. But if I can make all of that much easier by doing it through conversation, talking my way through it, then it's much faster and much more enjoyable. At the same time, I can put out a lot more content. The idea is to put out what people want to see, not just what I want to make, because, at the end of the day, it's all about making some income while enjoying what you do. Because this is something you're doing on the side. I mean, either you've had a big full career and you're just looking for something to do for entertainment, or you're looking for some extra income after retirement or as you get older. And this is going to make your life easier because, of course, you probably, whatever hobby you have, you've probably gotten very good at that hobby, or you've been very good at a job that you've done for 35 years, and you're just trying to find a way to monetize that and make a little extra income. ChatGPT is going to make that a lot easier for you if you embrace it. Now, remember, all I'm saying is, even if you don't use it, you still want to talk to it and you want to talk your way through it. So this way you get better at it. It really understands you and your content that you're trying to create or content you have created. So the last thing to do is to make a thumbnail to get us going, because that's what I said I would do, make a thumbnail. So I can't do it in the actual chatbot. I have to do it inside the actual ChatGPT. For some reason, it won't take the chatbot and just send it off to the imaging gallery to make something happen. So what I do now is I use the microphone. The microphone is also what you would use. Some people, if you don't subscribe to this, you're going to run out of talk time. It just has a certain amount. When you pay, you get more talk time. When you pay more, you get even more talk time. Live chat bot, real live chatting with somebody. Um, but you can always just use the microphone. It means that we're not trying to recreate somebody's voice to talk back to me. So, but the important part is for some reason, if I do this, I can go straight to going to a picture. I can add a picture in if I want. So if I want to make a thumbnail, it's going to include pictures of me. I would come over here, click on add file, create an image. I'm going to add some photos and just talk my way through it. So what I need to do is I need to add my clear round one. We're going to add that. Then we're going to go and we're going to add some more here. So let's go here. Let's add some more content. And what we're going to do is we're going to go down to my USB stick here, which has some pictures of me in it. Now, this is important. If you want to have yourself in the thumbnail, you're going to, for a very long time, have to add images of yourself to the thumbnail. So I'm just going to add this image here. And if I add images with me wearing sunglasses, I can tell it to keep me with sunglasses. So I'm going to give it a bunch of images. So I'm going to give 5 images. 2 of those images I'm wearing sunglasses in. Now I can tell it to either use glasses or no glasses. I can tell it to have sunglasses or no sunglasses. See, that's how that works. So I'm going to add these images here as well. So now it's uploaded. So now it has it knows who I am. It represents, it knows who I am. It's easier to draw. Now you can ask it to go and get an illustration like that sort of picture, a picture that's generated of you to add. It'll remember that. For some reason, any real photos, you better have them ready to go all the time, because after months and months and months of me doing this, it still wants, whenever I add pictures of somebody, it wants me to add those pictures to the actual text. So now I need to say something. I need to give it, I need it to make a thumbnail. So I'm basically, I don't want the thumbnail to be too over the top. I don't want it to be too saturated. These thumbnails aren't bad. This is pretty good. So I'm going to ask for it to keep hang on to 2 colors. Let's make the thumbnail in the red to blue strategy. We're going to want to have some dark blue text in there. We're going to want to use either pictures of me or pictures of my icon as part of it. And I wanted to basically draw people's attention to the software and to the fact that this content is made for people over 40. So let's see what I can come up with. And again, I'm not shy. Just talk away. The more it hears, even if you stumble along the way, it'll find its way to the answer. So what I need now is I'm going to need a thumbnail, 16 by 9. And I don't know why you can never make 16 by 9, but I'd really like it if you made it in a 16 by 9 ratio. That is 1080 pixels high by 1920 pixels wide. Now, in this thumbnail, I want you to either use pictures with me wearing sunglasses or just use my icon instead. But I want to have good rich color in the back. I want the color to fade between a blue and red spectrum, and I want to grab people's attention. I don't mind if you use smaller red and larger blue text to make the image. Let's keep it simple. I don't want to overwhelm it with too much busyness in the background. Now, that being said, this thumbnail is going to be for a video for content creators over 40. And it's about the different types of software program I use and AI programs I use to make my videos and make them easier to manage and easier to create. So I'm going to need you to make a thumbnail for that. Give me a rough idea of what it looks like. Let's take a look and see if we need to edit it. So you see how I went through all that. And by the way, yes, I've been having a lot of work trying to get it to go by 16:9 ratio. It's like it's been driving me nuts. So I keep trying. When I figure it out, I'll let you know, because that's always been a problem. Also, problem number two is that the files it tends to be more than 2 megapixels. So I tend to have to go back to Photoshop anyways and redo it there, or at least not redo it, but put it in, size it up, adjust it a bit, figure out how I'm going to make it 16:9 happy, and then post it. So now I've just sent it up for it to get processed. I probably should have done that while I was talking to you. Now I don't know. So it's giving some outlines here. We're going to see if it actually makes a thumbnail, or if it's just going to tell me a story about a thumbnail. It's really obsessed that sometimes it just gets it wrong. Like it's going to give me how it's going to make the thumbnail. So it's giving me everything on what it's going to do. If you like next step, I can make a version 3. Okay. You know what? I'm going to ask it to make. So now I just need you to make a thumbnail for the video that we've been talking about, for the description of the thumbnail that I've just given you. So if you can make a thumbnail showing me what it looks like, that'd be great. Now, if it's for some particular reason in a mood to not make me a thumbnail here, then what I'll do is, oh, okay, it's working. I can go to one of ChatGPT's actual photo imaging programs, but normally you can just switch through it just by clicking right here. So there you go. This takes a couple of minutes for it to actually make an image, and it's basically drawing in similar ideas and objects from the universe. It's just pulling together words, pictures. It's looking at things that would go together and create things. It's getting better at text. It's getting better at what things look like. For some reason, it feels obligated to not recreate money to look just like some things are just odd. It takes a little while, but you're going to start to see this image pull together. Like, I mean, I look pretty ghosty there, but I have an idea that I'm going to be on the side wearing glasses. So see how it's just starting to pull that together, pulling that image. So it's kept me in it. It's really kept, everything I said is here. So the question is, how happy am I? This just happens to be a nice, I like the facial expression for once. I don't look like I'm in shock and awe. I don't look like I'm like, super excited, like somebody just told me the craziest joke of all times. So this isn't too bad. So I may find something that I'm going to trend to on this channel and say, all my videos are going to look this way. But until that happens, I'm going to stick with this, coming up with different concepts, different ideas. Now, on some of my other channels, I do have a set platform. Like this is my structured video format. But even that, I'm going to stop using text. I'm going to add that text on Photoshop, and I'm just going to use it to create a better image of what I take a picture of, because I take shitty pictures. So if I take a picture and then I give it to AI and tell it to be more elaborate, to be more dramatic with the picture, then should do a better job at what I want to do. But here's that thumbnail. So again, I did that without actually using the chatbot, but I did literally talk to it. So this way I got that content made in there and set up just the right way. So there you go. That's my mindset behind it. I really would like it if you're starting to use this to do it in a way that basically sets you up for um, doing it on a regular basis. Embrace the ChatGPT. If you're just going to have a conversation with it, by all means, get the app, do it on your phone. Use a computer, though, if you want to get into some more details. It's the same account. Once you log in, you're going back and forth. It's okay. And by the way, because you're not typing, notice I didn't type squat. It wasn't that bad. Wasn't that bad at all. So there you go. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. And if you want, please subscribe to the channel. I'd appreciate that. If this was somewhat helpful or educational to you, that's what this is all about. So there you go. I'll see you in the next video.